Prepare to be amazed by 10 weird facts from medieval England. King William, a bit of a control freak, decided to get the lowdown on everyone and everything in England. So he commissioned the Domesday Book, basically a giant who's who and what's what of the country. Talk about a nosy neighbor. Imagine a giant game of Monopoly, but instead of houses and hotels, you're trading land for loyalty. That's the feudal system in a nutshell. Peasants got the short end of the stick, basically working for free rent and the thrill of potential dragon attacks. In medieval England, there were no sewers or toilets as we know them today. People simply relieved themselves wherever they could. Streets were often littered with urine and feces, making them quite unpleasant places to walk. Remember that time a nasty plague basically wiped out a third of Europe? Yeah, that was the Black Death. It was like a medieval zombie apocalypse. But instead of brains, the plague was after everyone's lungs. Yikes! Imagine a world where holding hands in public could land you in serious trouble. In medieval England, public displays of affection were frowned upon, and even kissing was considered indecent. Couples had to be very discreet in their love lives. Medieval cities were basically run by exclusive clubs. These guilds, made up of super serious artisans and merchants, decided who could sell what, how much it cost, and who got to wear the coolest aprons. Sounds like a lot of workplace drama. The 100 Years' War? More like the 100 years of bickering. England and France fought for what felt like forever over land and who got to be the boss. It was a long, messy affair, but at least it gave us some epic historical dramas. King John, a bit of a tyrant, finally got told no by his barons. They forced him to sign the Magna Carta, basically a rule book saying the king couldn't do whatever he wanted. It was a major win for the common folk, even if they probably still had to pay taxes. Oxford and Cambridge? Those weren't always just fancy places to get a degree. Back in the day, they were basically the coolest new schools in town. Imagine the bragging rights of attending one of those medieval Hogwarts. If you thought your family's Thanksgiving dinners were picky, try surviving on a medieval peasant diet. Mostly bread and vegetables. Sounds like a recipe for a very grumpy population. At least the nobles got to eat all the fancy spices.